Alright, here I am working on my Han Solo in Carbonite. I have glued down Han Solo and then bondoed the edges, which I didn't need to do nearly as much since most of that work is now submerged. You can see it peeking out here and there. I have used Bondo to join him at the waist where he was in two separate pieces. And then I poured Elmer's glue, about 1.5 gallons. One thing to remember, which I did not, is make sure it's level, especially the surface that it's going to sit on. And I came home after the first day and noticed that it had gone all the way to the edge at the top and was shallow at the bottom. So no worries though, it was still very liquid, and I put some shims under the one end and balanced it out so that it would flow back the other way. I helped it along a little because there's narrow passageways to flow through, so I scooped some of it up and redeposited down at the end. This is 2 days, 48 hours of Elmer's glue. It's getting thicker, but it's still very liquid. So, especially in the areas that are still a little deeper than others, I'm trying to put the texture into it, which is still impossible in a thick area. As you can see, it'll flow back and fill in any holes I make in it at this point. But in the shallower areas, where I guess it's dried more, it seems to be holding shape better. Give it an hour and I bet it will be back to a relatively smooth surface. But it gives me a chance to experiment with recreating the texture. After staring at the pictures forever, I realized that it basically has a knockdown effect, like a knockdown wall or ceiling with stucco looks like. So I'm playing around. If I don't like something, I can smooth it all back out real quick. And what I'm doing is basically giving a little bit of a scoop, a flip, and then kind of blend that in. And I'm kind of liking what that's doing. I don't want to go too smooth on the bottom, and you don't want to have too obvious. You don't want to do a big swoosh like that, flip it over, and then go like that, and have a clear swoosh effect. So you kind of mask any places where that's going on with a little wiggling around. One of the problems I'm coming across are the formation of bubbles, as you can see. The bigger bubbles I'm trying to pop as I come across them. I'm hoping I'll never get all of them. There's just way too many small ones that I can't even, if I try to pop them, all I do is sink them and they rise back. So I'm hoping that when it's all dried, those won't be very noticeable because it should be all clear, and then of course you paint it. If they are noticeable, maybe a little sanding of them and filling them in with something possibly. When this is all dry, I will put a little bit more Elmer's glue on top of it and just add another extra little top layer. So that's kind of what I'm doing here, experimenting with getting this texture down. See, even back here, it doesn't seem very deep here, but it's still very wet for some reason. I don't know why it's getting drier at the one end than it is at the other end. But some more bubbles to pop. You hear a little pop when you hit them. It's a little bit like bubble wrap fun. And look at that. He's going to be in trouble. I've already found several bugs stuck in this. Dead. It's a death trap. So I'm going to keep doing this and smoothing out. I can already tell it's already flowing back in, smoothing itself out. So I'm going to try something here. It's already been 48 hours with it sitting here, and it's still very wet. doesn't help that I'm sure that here in Florida it's been raining every day. It's raining right now. I don't know if you can pick up the sound of the rain, so it's probably making the air very humid, which is slowing the drying process. If you're in Nevada, someplace like that, I bet you this would be dry in a day, especially if you stuck it out in the sun. But here everything is very wet, so it's taking forever. So I'm going to kick this fan on overnight, come back in the morning, and hope it's still pliable, and to some degree. I don't want it to end up being rock hard, and then I'm kind of screwed as far as making texture in it goes. Right now, this is kind of cake icing feeling like here. See, if I don't like that hole, I just kind of, or I can scoop up a little bit of the. See this? You can already see how just the difference of a couple feet making this. This is a lot deeper though, for whatever reason. I don't know why. Anyway, that's my little in-process conversation with whoever cares. And we'll see how it looks in the morning. Kick this on. I have a feeling that's going to end up drying this out a lot quicker. Just hopefully not too quick. I want to mess with it just a little more. So, that said, we'll check back in another time.